Well, good evening, YouTube. It's Cam3XL. This is a video response to a new channel I just saw for the first time tonight, Mr5point56. Dude, I was checking in on Low Buck's channel tonight, and he shouted out your video, and I took a look at it. It's the first thing I've ever seen from your channel. Quite frankly, I don't need to see a whole lot more. Kind of let me know everything I needed to right up front. And I think you asked a phenomenal question, man. And this is something, we talk about to people. You're out here with me on my nightly slug check in my garden here. And I just finished up. We're not doing too bad. I think there are a few back there in the beer bowl. So, the basic question is, why do we prep? What are we really doing? What's the point? And here's the deal, for as much energy and effort as it takes, prepping really needs to be a side hustle. It's a background thing. Because you're right, when prepping becomes the point, we've lost focus. Most of us are storing food so that our children don't go hungry. Most of us are stocking ammo and, cleaning weapons so that we can protect anybody coming to hurt them. The weapons and the food aren't the point. The family's the point. Your wife, kids. This weekend, my wife and I took the weekend off to have a little belated celebration of our 15th anniversary. And we let the kids stay with their grandparents, and we took a nice long ride down to Charlottesville, Virginia. Laid around doing a whole lot of nothing, checked out a vineyard, and went out, had a couple of good meals. But just spent time talking to each other because, quite frankly, that's what's precious. That's what we miss when we're in the middle of the hustle and bustle of everyday life. We don't get time to just be uninterrupted and together and, in love for a minute, and that's the point. That's what's important. That's what we're doing. All the rest of this stuff, and she was teasing me because, I had contacted somebody from Craigslist in Charlottesville since we were going to be down there. I actually picked up some tools that I've been needing to get to continue with this prepping thing we do. And she was teasing me going, you can't go 24 hours without thinking about it, can you? And I was like, I can't go 24 hours without thinking about how much I love you guys. I can't go 24 hours without thinking about, if anything ever does happen, I need to die knowing I did everything I could to take care of you. And that's what this is about. My oldest daughter will be 13 next month. My youngest is 11. I don't have babies anymore. I just put them down to bed, and I realized it's 11 o'clock, and they've got social lives, and I don't have little tiny people anymore. And every moment that I spend with them counts. Every memory we have stored in the bank, every celebration we had, every late night conversation, every birthday, every time I showed up at their school, every time, during a thunderstorm they came and slept in our beds, that's the kind of stuff that's going to, make the difference between they know what they're looking for when it's time to find a husband, or, they're laying on Shrink's couch trying to figure out how we screwed them up. And that's why I'm doing what I do. And I'm having some fun with it. I've done a couple of podcasts on gardening with another friend of ours from YouTube. There's a lot of jokes that run back and forth. The fam's eating healthier as long as I'm growing stuff and, canning stuff. And I haven't started my canning yet, but, preserving things in general. I know what they're eating. I know what I'm feeding them. And that makes me happy. The fact that I made a decision a couple of years ago to stop chasing, big money, and to, focus on what was really important and find a job that let me come home every night and, let me be home in time enough to spend time with them. That was a huge shifting point in my life. God's been good to me. For those of you who don't know me yet, the guy that you guys hear talking to you on these videos is not who I started out being. I was kind of a wild boy, running the streets of Jersey and New York for a long time. And, I had a lot of fun and a lot of pain. Got a lot in trouble, did a lot of stuff I wasn't supposed to do. Acting out, not really aware of, God's plan for my life and who He had made me to be and what He was expecting to have me. And, He came and grabbed me. He came and grabbed me while I was in the service. And, threw my wife into my life pretty early so I could, stop the bleeding and do as little damage in that part of my life as possible. And, blessed me with some incredible kids. Gave me some phenomenal jobs that I had no business having. And, when I think about everything that He's done for me, I got to realize, this isn't about what I want. This isn't about, doing what I want to do. This is about making the best out of what I've been blessed with. This is about enjoying what I've been given that, others would die for. And helping as many other people do that as possible, and reaching out and turning the lights on in a couple of dark places, and, to buy some other folks some relief from the strain and struggle that is everyday life. Hold on, we got a visitor. Zoom in on this little bugger. See him? Eating my freaking peppers. Off with you, bud. And that's that. No more slugs. And I'm going to start wrapping this one up because, it goes on long and, we start talking about this kind of stuff and go on forever. But, I hear you, man. Without my wife, I couldn't breathe either. Without my kids, I'd have no reason to do anything. And that's not that my life isn't worth anything on its own, but them being in it makes it so much more valuable and so much more important, that all the rest of the stuff, we're doing it just to take care of them. But quite frankly, spend time with them, share with them, play with them, give them something worth to be worth prepping for. I watched my daughter give a performance in one of the greatest theaters in the Mid-Atlantic last week. She's developing talents and skills that God's given her that are taking her to phenomenal places. My youngest it basically shot the lights out for a week at basketball camp. I dig going to her games, and I dig seeing her have a good time and, really be good at something and know that she can flow in whatever gift she's got because, we're going to make room for her to do that. Now, I don't have her worried about what's going to happen, whether the economic collapse is coming, whether, doomsday's around the corner. I mean, she knows to start grabbing flashlights and, grabbing candles and, counting supplies once thunderstorms roll through because, we've got drills when the lights go out. But I can't have her obsessed with this crap. She just needs to know that if the shit does hit the fan, her dad's got her covered. Best gift you can give to your daughters, a sense of security, like they're safe with you. Not panicked, not scared, safe, and free to be whoever God made them. Now I've gone on too long too, buddy. But I'm going to post this up. Tell me what you think. Comment back. And let's see if we can pass the cipher around. Keep it going. Cam3XL out.